Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to the Crust. We're in the New Horizons update and we've finished a couple of rooms. These were finished between episodes, and while I was waiting for these to get finished, I decided to slap another building on here. This will be for our data center, which means I can move these out of here and put our science buildings into this room. There should be enough space for the big tanks and the science buildings. We are currently researching the large CPU data centers. Those will be great because if we hop into science and CPU, they are extremely expensive to make. And we're not making all of this stuff yet, especially the control units. Those are far away. But they do add 30 CPU. Now I think it takes up the same space as 4 of these. Now 4 of these makes 20. And they're also a little bit more efficient. And they're also a lot more efficient on power. So yeah, I do want to get some of those. Not just yet. We've got a lot to think about. So this is going to be where we make our carbon fiber. And after running the numbers, 3 hydroponic farms should be able to run 2 carbon fiber producers. And I don't think I'm going to need more than this. I could probably fit 5 in here. That means I could do some more of these. Got to watch out because they suck up water. Although we do have ice around that we can use. But it might allow me to have a little bit of space for one manufacturer in this area. I'm not sure of that yet. If all else fails, I can do something over here for the nanotubes. I've also been rethinking the regolith processing, because this area I underestimated the space that I had, and I put the building a little close. Well, I put the building where I wanted to, but this ended up a little bit close. So I'm thinking of moving this, and we'll discuss where that's going to go to. Another reason I want to move it is because I want the big bulk storage. Because if we have a look at some of the later machines, like the high-tech factory uses just oxides to make the Duralumin plates, and the manufacturer, now let's just close this up. There we go. The manufacturer, we could make titanium plates just from oxides. And from base materials, we could make modular frames. And we could even make nanotubes from oxides and rare earth minerals. So there are some benefits, although the costs are pretty big. It might be worth it. I don't know. I assume that the game's been developed so that there is a benefit to doing this. But then I would need to have large storages of those elements to be able to ship to wherever I'm going to be doing manufacturing. And it doesn't matter how far out we go now because we have space and everything will be run by belt. Another thing that I'd like to do is bring in material from the moon's surface. So using the MDR to mine and bring materials, and I've started clearing an area out over here so that I have space to do something like that, which means that I would need an elevator. So I can grab one of those, and as you can see, I mean, it's way out. And we could bring materials down, and we could also bring materials like the slag up to the top for selling. And we can have huge amounts of storage upstairs if you have a look in the little window. There's so much space over here. Anyway, so that's something that we can do. And then if we go upstairs, we have this little setup that I will walk you through. Anyway, lot to do. Let's get stuck in. Just after the last episode ended, I sent this rover out to go and investigate the transit station. There was a survivors camp, and that unlocked a new quest, which I accepted without cost. So I'm going to supply that for free. There's no time frame for it, so I'm not in a hurry. But they do need a fair bit of stuff that some of which I don't have, and I'll get to that. And obviously, at some point, we need to repair that MDR. But for that to work, we need to produce the stuff. And the first step with that is to get carbon fiber. So what I've done over here is I've put one of these storages in, the cold storage cabinet. I'm going to attach this via belt. Let's first put the underground conveyor in. So we'll do that and into there. And that automatically connects on that side. So we can bring this around and plug that into there. Now this, we have everything that we need to make that. This machine, we have everything we need for that too. So I'm going to do our first machine setup and pop it in just like that. And hopefully once that's built, we'll start producing carbon fiber, finally. Now I might as well let this play so that everything can be built. Yeah, I also wanted to change this processing setup because the belts are becoming a little bit chaotic over here. Okay, we've got 4 modules offline. Well, hold on, what's the 4th one? Those 3? Oh, right, I switched off one of the silicon smelters because it wasn't doing anything, so I didn't want it to use power. Power is not a problem at the moment. We're at 77%, 27 days left, and only 7 days till dawn, 7.5 days. So going back to this, Now with the slag coming in and all these other things going on in this area, I'd prefer to just have belts so that I can organize them. So that means that I'd like to have this processing area somewhere else, and this area below it, right here, is huge. Now I don't have to plan to extend these factories out too far, the smelters and the smart concrete machines. I can extend them to a point and then go, and then instead of building more of them, upgrade them. So I will be doing that. That leaves me with lots of space for processing over here. And I can bring it as far down as I like. There's plenty of space, but I won't have too many of them because they can also be upgraded. That leaves me with space for these large bulk storages for all the oxides that I can put across here, and I can then belt them into the existing lines over here. So that will store oxides, and they store quite a bit. And the slag will go out in that direction, which means that the regolith can come in from this side where we will be delivering from the MDR. Anyway, so that's the plan. I'll start working on that at some point. In the meantime, we have another machine, and because these machines are all pretty full, I'm thinking that I will do that. So let's get all these belts sorted out. That goes... Oh no, I positioned this wrong, which means that this belt is wrong too. I messed up. I did tidy this connection up and now I have to move it again. Okay, I'm not going to connect that just yet. It's fine. Our production's okay here. The next thing I'm going to work on is upstairs. So if we head up here, this setup. Oh, I built everything, but that's fine. I was going to build it anyway. So I've set up this automated storage system. And the way it's going to work is, if we turn around first, we're going to need some elevators bringing the product up from the bottom because we want to get it closer to where we're going to send it off. And if I head down into the logistics and grab that elevator, we can see that from about here, we can put these elevators in, but they can only extend up to about there. So we can have a few of them, and we can even bring a couple down here if need be, but I don't want to do that because this whole system is designed to be expanded. What will happen is this belt will be the input. It will bring everything down the line and it'll filter into these storages because we did unlock the programmable splitters. So if we click on a splitter, we can then say, let's go with this one, for example. We're going to set that resource to concrete. And then coming down the line, this will be set to concrete. Okay, so any concrete that comes down the line will be filtered off and go into this box. Then we can take this one, we can select steel, back to this, and this is only steel. And then the next one over here, we can select silicon, and for this box, we can select titanium. Now, I haven't programmed this, but it's automatically said only silicon and titanium can go in there. So we don't actually have to, once we've set the boxes, we don't actually have to do anything with the splitters. It automatically does it. So that will bring all the items down the line, and we can add more boxes on both sides. Now, there's always a problem with having multiple items on a belt where they will eventually stop working. One of the containers will fill up and it will back the entire system up, stopping everything from getting to the other containers. So we can do a couple of things to avoid that. We can obviously do lots of contracts and send things out, but if all else fails, we can always add on. So let me pause this for a second so these guys don't build. We'll grab a large storage and we'll put it over there. Now what I can do with this is I can take this belt and instead of plugging it in there, I can plug it into there. And then I can attach a belt from there to there, which means that this front one is always full, but deliveries are happening to the back. And I can extend this out a few, as obviously there's a limit on how far I can go in this direction. There's less of a limit in that direction, but I don't think I need more than about 3 or 4, and that should basically cover any contract. Anyway, so I'm going to cancel that build and delete that so it doesn't get built. Then on the outgoing side, let's say, for example, we want to deliver only silicon. I have a belt coming straight through, and then I have these diversion belts. Right now, and this will always be the case, this splitter cannot go forward. It can only turn off in that direction and join back onto the main line. This one over here, I can unlock it to let silicon out and onto that line, which will then go and follow the line and head out. This side, exactly the same. So when I want to deliver something to the flight control center, which is basically a landing pad, but it's automated with belts. So it's basically like one of these that we would use with contracts. So I've got a contract that needs a whole bunch of silicon. I go and I unlock this just like that. And now the silicon can flow out onto this line and carry on through. Just so I don't forget, I'm going to lock that up again. So when there is enough on the belt, I can just lock this up again, and that will stop the silicon from flowing out. That all flows down the line. The same applies on this side. So anything I want to deliver, I just unlock it until there's enough on the belt. And all of that joins and it goes onto one belt heading in that direction. Now, from what I remember, the flight control center has inputs and an output. The output basically kicks out anything it doesn't need. And that way we can bring it back into this system, which is why there's this extra belt over here coming back into the main line, and it will deposit what's left on the belt back into the relevant storage boxes. So if you want a screenshot of the layout, I'll put it on the Discord, but there you go. That's basically what it looks like, and we can expand out in both directions, and we can expand out as far as we like. It does get a little bit far for the drones eventually, but the stuff down that end will be the high-end stuff that isn't often required. The one thing I can't remember is if the Expedition Center sends things out, and I've been hold on, what have I finished researching? Oh, good, there we go. On queue, the Expedition Control Center. We go to logistics. This does have outputs. So the trucks will deliver stuff from the expeditions into this building. That will then go onto these lines and go through. And anything that we need to deliver for an expedition can go into the inputs on the top side. That means that over in this area, there's going to be a very elaborate system of belts with programmable splitters sending things where they need to go. Because obviously, medicines and organics and food, I don't want them coming into this system. I want them going downstairs. I also don't want any regolith or anything like that. So that will go into a different system, which will be somewhere out in this area. Anyway, that's the plan. Don't know if it's going to work, but it's the plan. And if it doesn't work, I'll improvise. All right, let's play on. I also want to get some more solar panels, the big solar panels, although we don't really need it. We got to 55% and the dawn has arrived. So we have enough. We could actually put some more batteries in if I had lots of CPU power. And we are currently working on that. Wait, we are not, because we have 0 production of science. I'm not in the mood to do any contracts right now, so let's go spend some money. We'll get that one, and that one, and there we go. We have science again. And I'm wasting science points, so pause. Well, I'm not really, am I? See, I'm doing the high-tech factory. I'm not really wasting science points. They are all being used. But I think the cargo dock now is something I'd prefer to get before the high-tech factory. So I'm going to just quickly head down the line. I think our next big problem might be orange. Yep, it does look like that. So we need to do something in engineering. And we have got quite far down here. This will take a lot of orange, takes the others as well. But conveyor belts Mark IV, see, we're doing preparation now so that we can do amazing things later. But I'd prefer this high-tech factory to finish so that I can do the full conveyor and connection recycling. I really would like that. Now, this is interesting. Module recycling. Returns 100% resources when dismantling any module. What do you consider a module? I thought I was already getting 100%. Well, this is a work in progress, so I'm not sure what that's all about. I thought if I break... Depends what you consider a module, because I thought when I break down these aren't modules, these are factories, and I'm pretty sure that we get our full resources back from them. I've also been holding back on the upgrades. I don't want to research them yet, because they aren't important right now. Right now, getting a system going is more important to me. But I do need green science, and there's not much that I can do. I can't do anything on the outpost Regolith Refinery because it needs the railgun and territory probe to be done. So this line is blocked. I can't do anything down here. I'm not really interested in this. It's not going to use up much green anyway. Man, that's not going to use up much green either. Let me have a look around and see what's important. Well, I could load up the flight control center. That's important. So let me do that. I mean, it doesn't use much green, so I'm going to need more green somewhere. Actually, why am I looking at green? That's not the one. I'm looking for orange. And there's not much orange around. Well, maybe I'll just start doing some of these upgrades. Yeah, that'll use a lot of orange. Yeah, the Multi-Regolith Refinery, that's the one I'd probably upgrade first. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to use green. I think I'll move this. Yeah, that's fine where it is. As long as I got a place to use all the sciences. Good. And we can play again. Back downstairs. Look at that. We have it. And do we have nothing in storage? We are full up on food. We don't have any medicine yet. And my vehicles are standing still. So let's go to the rover and see where I can send him. Fuel plant, crashed capsule. Let's go to the fuel plant. We'll investigate that. We'll get all over the place eventually. The truck is at the base. You actually need to leave the base. And then I will decide where he's going to go. So all of these with a little credit symbol, they require resources. I wonder if I can send this. I mean, 204 fuel. We have lots of fuel. Do I need the expedition center for that? Oh, right. Okay, so I might. I'm not going to... Yep, I need the expedition control center built before I can do that. I need to send resources to the solar panel field. But obviously, I need a place... I mean, if I tried this, expedition settings, full all, expedition center, yep, I don't have that, so I can't do that. I need to just find places where I can go and pick stuff up. Oh, there we go. Ooh, control units and some nanotubes. That's quite nice. Let's do that one. Full all and just bring it straight back to base. Send. Good, now they're busy. But something's missing a production mode. What is that? Oh, right, this is that slag. Alright, so the output for the slag is there. That will go in. That will keep this ice working, and eventually I'll tie this slag line in with this slag and send it around to where we are going to do slag or send slag away. Oh, look at that. We have 3 carbon fiber in stock. So things are starting to work. I think eventually this will back up because these 3 hydroponic farms should service 2 carbon fiber factories. I'm just going to need to decide where I'm going to put things. Now, I'm not planning on... I don't know if I should bring this back into this building. Let's see how big that manufacturer is. Because maybe I'll have... I mean, assembler. Maybe I can have 1 assembler in here. Back to planning mode. So this one would be there. Then there. Then there. Do I need 4? I actually don't. I could have 3 rows. That'll service 5 of these guys if I can fit 5 in here, and it will provide overflow that I can send into the area over here for food production and medicines. Yeah, who knows? I might have to do another setup like this. I don't know if I will need to. Let's see if I put these there. Okay, that's CPU's out now. So let's get rid of that and that. If I put that in over there, do I have space for an assembler? Tight, but possible. Yeah, if I put it right to the side, I could do that. But that means I'll never be able to expand this. So the question is it easier to take the carbon fiber out to where I plan on doing some assemblers, like over here? Oh gosh, they already built one. And then the silicon can just come off a belt and head up to there. Instead of trying to weave the silicon through here to get to... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it inside. It needs colonists, but it doesn't need to be inside. Now, the carbon fiber factory says that it requires colonists to operate, but it appears to be operating without them. So that's fine. All right, let's get rid of these. Free up that CPU again. But yeah, I think maybe I'll do something else over here. And what I might do is just move this medical bay somewhere else as well, because I could bring a belt in, split this off, and let this fill up a box of organic over here, closer to this area. I will need to organize something, maybe the ability to bring belts in here, because if we get medicine and food from the outside, I'd like that to automatically be fed in here, and it doesn't go into normal storage. So while I let that play on, let's get this conveyor out. We'll bring it to there and just let that head outside. I'll give it a little bit of space. We'll bring it to as far as it can go. Connect that line in there, and then we'll be able to feed the others in. As a matter of interest, how many of these can I fit in here? I can fit 4 in, and I think that should be okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think the carbon fiber it's getting made very slowly. The efficiency is low because we do need the people. So let's start preparing for some folks. Well, first, I'm just going to break that off. I don't want the carbon fiber going onto a belt and then just backing up where I can't use it. In fact, we don't need any of this. I know where it's going to go, so that's fine. And that's all deleted. Organic production is very slow and it just seems to disappear. I mean, we're full up on food. Yeah, this can still fill up. These are operating. They've got some time left. Very inefficient. So I'm going to remove one just really to get it out of the way. And let's start laying out the living areas. So I was excited about getting the bunk bed, but then I found out that it's less comfortable than a single bed. So I have this room over here, which are made for beds, and I reckon that should hold about 20. I'm not going to do 20, but we can have single beds. Wait, they don't use CPU. Let's start with 4, get those built. And then recreation, a large dining table, which can go, I think there should be safe. I don't have anything unlocked. These are further down the social tree. But we can have a large sofa, we can have a bar, a VR center. There's a few things that we can pop into this room. I would like to get better storage for oxygen and water. I'm going to start with water because that's pretty important. We actually need the water to make the oxygen. And these use all the materials that we have. So I'm going to pop 2 of them in, and then I can get rid of this little one. The large oxygen receiver is quite expensive. We don't have all of that. I need to get assemblers set up and building these things. So let's start. Now, if we have a look at the assemblers, 4 items are made. These 4 items are quite important. 2 of them use silicon. So I'm going to have those 2 next to each other. This one uses aluminium and rare earth for the Duralumin plates. And those 2 are basically right here, aren't they? Yeah, there's the aluminium, which I can tee off here and then bring it under there. Okay, so the first machine will be the Duralumin plates. I think the next one will be the modular frames. We can bring titanium plates from there. We can tee that in and create a line. And then the bricks can go up the top and across. Now, I need to just be careful that I don't interfere with where I want to put the elevators. So maybe I'll bring it down and through. Okay, but that's for the next machine. Let's do the first one, the Duralumin plates. So if we set this recipe, Duralumin plates, we need aluminium, we need rare earth. Rare earth is here. We can tee that off. Go underground immediately, straight across to there. There's nothing else coming through here, so that can go there. Connect that in. Oh, it's doing that thing again. So I need to dismantle that, put that straight through, and then tee off. There we go, that works. Then the belt can come up, and this is going to have 2 inputs. So that will go there, and that goes into that port. So we're going to bring it to there, and take it across, and plug it into there. So that line is set. The aluminium is over here. I think I want to bring that one under the belt over there. And for safety's sake, I'm going to leave a couple of spaces and then bring this belt. Actually, I don't need to leave a couple of spaces. I don't want to interfere with this potentially. Let's remove that and then put that over to there. Then we can take that conveyor and bring it across this way, up there to that position, and then put it in there, plug that in, like that. Right, that is done. I already have a power pole there. So let me bring this one across to there and put that straight into there. And then this can connect into that machine. Good, and then we'll need a little buffer, which we can put right over there and plug that into there. All right, build all. That's good. Just to check my positioning. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to build upstairs over there anyway. This is the closest I can do it. So yeah, the elevators will probably be here in this little area. So I can bring a couple more belts through here without interfering too much. But I could also take them around the top because I don't have any other plans. And eventually this belt will probably be going around the top to the central storage area. So yeah, let's use the space at the back. So another assembler. And we will line that up and give space to there. I think I might be giving too much space. Maybe I should rethink how I do these kind of multi-inputs. Yeah, maybe. Hang on a second. Let me pause this. I mean, there's a way to make this a little more compact. So if I was to bring that to there and plug that into there. There's that thing again. Dismantle that. Plug that into there and tee off. Now I can tee off in the next one. That means that I can remove that, and I can bring this one right next to that belt and feed it into there. It doesn't make any difference on resources really. Then I can go on and do the same thing for the next machine if I intend having more of them. That means I need 3 blocks and I'll leave a spare. So let's get rid of that. 4 blocks that way. Oh, have I got the right position? Yeah, there we go. And if I put a couple more up here, I will not really be interfering with anything. So grab a storage box, put it over there, and then I can start the belt work. So one input will come in. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Which direction do I have it in? First of all, what are we going to do here? Yeah, let's do the modular frames. The other two need silicon, so I'll have them next to each other. So this one will be the modular frames. Belts? Hey, did I not set that? Yeah. So why is it giving me question marks? I'll bring a belt and I'll put it in there. It doesn't show me. It's just question marks. Why? I don't know which port is which. Hang on. Let me try that again. Maybe I glitched it. So that goes there. Change recipe to modular frames. Hang on. There's got to be a different way to do this. If this is going to be modular frames, can I not choose that so I can see which way the ports are going? Well, by default, it looks like the first port is the first item, which in this case would be the titanium plates going in first. So we'll choose production, modular frames, leave that space, go into there. Huh, it's weird, eh? Oh, wait, that's not right. We'll have to put that to there and then break that piece out. So I can bring that belt into there and then tee off into there. And then this can carry on down the line if it needs to. And then this belt coming in and turning into there. And that's going into the box. And this box will be modular frames. This one needs to be set. And that was the Duralumin plates. Maybe I need to play a bit for it to kick in. So let's try it now that I've let it run. Wow, these guys are already building this. I'm going to take that conveyor out. And if I put it back in now, it still doesn't show the resource. Alright, well, I'm going to build it. Here's hoping. We have beds. We have a table for people to eat. We have food for them. Don't know how consistent the food supply is, but this is full. And we have organics in here. We don't have any here, cheap as the organics are used quickly. These still have 9.4 days left before they produce. I'm going to let it play. But this should push 150 through here. We've got 10, so maybe we'll get a little bit starting to back them up in here. But these each take 12.5 minutes to produce a crop of 50. So it's very slow on the organics. Anyway, this is being built. My only problem is I don't know which port is which. The water tanks are built, and they are actually already almost full. Well, this now I'm going to dismantle. So let's take that one apart. And then I need to work on the oxygen. For now, I suppose that'll do. I don't know if area space thing, but here's the fraction of hope. During the inspection, the bodies of 2 deceased module workers were found. They didn't survive the crash. The module itself is of great interest for research. Not only does it contain valuable equipment, but its structure and materials prove strong enough to withstand re-entry from orbit. Studying the wreckage with drones will advance our research. This is our reward. Okay, so we got some science. Cool. Now I need to check. Oh, I didn't connect the aluminium up. So let's get that connected and into there and build. Excellent. We do have a bit of a backup, and maybe what I'll do is just tell it Ooh, there's no backup. Well, I want to keep some in there for emergencies. Aluminium is a little slower than I want. Let me implement my plan. So we need to head up to the top, put an extractor on this. This deposit is quite rich. Yeah, not bad. See if I can fit 2. Oh, no chance. No chance. So that will just go there. Connect a belt all the way down and just plug it into that line. And then I'm going to need to bring some power up. And that means this line. We'll just take that all the way. It's a long way up. And plug that in. And then the conveyor can be built. I have a feeling this needs to be upgraded. Yeah, I can do that. Does that push it up a bit? Can I upgrade again? No, I can't. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Right, this machine is now built. And yes, the titanium plates are the first port. So I need to bring bricks. So I need to bring concrete, and the concrete production is also slow. Why is that? Because all the slag is pulling through to elsewhere. Oh, look at that. Slag problem. Alright, well, we got slag in there. So for now, I'm going to set this to... It's already set to manually remove it. And this one is also set to manually remove. I really thought this would back up faster, but obviously we've had some production going on here. No, look at that. That's gone down. These still have 5.7 days left. This still has 2 organics in it. Maybe we're just waiting for the slag to back up a bit. Regardless, I will tee off this line. We'll bring it up through here and then back over this way. We can just bring it up to about there, then we can turn that one and we can head across. And we're not far off. Okay, there's a flippin' pole in the way. I'll just jig around it. Well, I'm going to have to come down, but I don't want to... Yeah, I can come down in this area. That's fine. That is for the bricks. So we can just tie that into there. And then the titanium plates... Now this might work out. Titanium plates we can bring from there to there and there to there and bring that through. Follow this path. Energy shortage? Where? Oh, okay. That's just because it's starting up. That is fixed. This will go to there. This can come across, head down and into there. And then it's just the underground bits. So there to there and there to there. Do these two. Rotate. That's in and that's in. And then I need to just connect this one into there. There's that thing again. Okay, dismantle that. Bring that to there. Yeah, it only happens when the underground thing is a little bit too close. And I'll build all of that. Now this will be very slow until I start scaling up production. But I can also then do the silicon up this way. So I will. And that's going to have to skip the pole. And for now I'm just going to leave it there. Then maybe I'll come to there and build that. Well, I do have a lot of stuff. I'm going to need to sell soon. But this looks great. 71 modular terminals. And now we also have Duralumin plates. We've got one at least. It's a good start. So now we're doing the modular frames, and the next will be the nanotubes. Actually, I think the microprocessors are the next one. Once I have added some power to this line right there. Stuff's coming through. It's slow, but it's coming through. How are we doing here? Everything is ready. I think we can accept colonists. How are we looking? It gets filled. Change rate -8. So max capacity is 25. Max output is 50. Charge rate is -8. I don't understand. Let's have a look up here. Production 10. Consumption 1.5. Okay, we're fine. And we have plenty of water. We don't have medicine, but we do have food. And this is going in. Oh, good. Look at that. Yeah, let's get those people. And in order to do that, I think we needed to do a research. Oh boy, have I done that research? Social? Oh, there we go. Colonist recruitment market. I needed to get that. Which goes first? I think the Multi-Regolith Refinery upgrade is less important. We can put that one in. Oh, actually, I have to put the Multi-Regolith Refinery back in. Otherwise, I'm wasting orange. Oh, we're going to shift the high-tech factory down to the bottom again. This just needs a bit of green. Maybe I can do that first. We'll get back to the large CPU data center. Let's get that one done. In the meantime, we continue. We have slag lying on the ground. Let's prioritize that and that to be picked up. We could use that extra slag. How are we doing? We've still got 15 CPU power. These guys draw quite a lot of power, so I'm watching, but we have lots of capacity still. So the next assembler is for the microprocessors, and that will go right in there. And I'll set that recipe to the microprocessors. That means we can bring up a line of these. So let me see where I'm going to put that through. I think what I may do, branch it off over here, take it over there and over these two belts and then bring it up. Yeah, that'll be the way. The first input though is the silicon. So let's get that in. That goes up to there, that goes to there, and that goes in. And then the microcircuits, I can bring that out to there. Nothing else is going to go on in this area. I can bring it a bit further. Put that to there, go underground from there to there, and then from there to there. That connects into that. This goes up the line. I'm going to immediately jig it back. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave a little bit of space for this to come out. So that goes up there and then continues through to here and then across and into there. Underground from there to there. Everything else is done. Build it. And then I can get the storage box over there and build that into there. Build. This will be microprocessors. And finally, I think I'm going to pull power from this side. It's on a different line. Yeah, why not? Put that in there and plug that in. Just to make sure that I got my belts correct. Yep, the first one is the silicon. Perfect. We've got a cargo unload to do. Let's head up. Oh, that's got all the good stuff in it. So let's confirm that over to here. Well done. And I still have some CPU power, so one more. And that goes over there. That has got quite far away, but this is great because now I can bring carbon fiber out across the top, drop it in here. So we'll set this one to nanotubes and we'll do the whole setup. Now I can tee in from this silicon line. I can bring this up. This will be the second input. So over there, across and in. Oh, and I missed an elevator over here, so we're having nothing coming through. Did I miss something else? I did. That to there, and that didn't connect. Is it going to do the same thing? It is. So remove that, connect that straight through, and then tee off. There we go. Good. So we'll always have stuff going to storage. Why is this stalled? No, don't do that. Okay, we'll take that down and try again and build it and see if that works. And it does appear to be working now. Very good. So we've got a lot of silicon at the moment. I could actually stop it from going into storage, but I think I'll keep that going. It's fine. We're going to send some of it upstairs shortly. Then I need to bring the carbon fiber so I can do this line finally. Let's start with, we're going to bring it to there. And I actually don't need to take it too far away. There's not really much else happening in this area. So we'll bring it to there. Take that out. Bring it way across, always power poles. This is a long way. Duck back that way. Come around the back of these to there. I think I'm going to bring it down in line with this. So we will put that into there. Connect that belt in. That one then goes to there. It comes around this corner and plugs in. Oh, not like that. Come on, dude. Play the game. All right. So that will come to there and then in. Oh, no, wait. That's wrong. It's the wrong way around. I need to flip the machine or change how the inputs work. I could change how the inputs work. Hang on. Let's just dismantle this. So this then would go to there and in. That's the silicon. And then I can bring this one under and then connect that into there. That's the right way around. Build all. That was very expensive and my money is running low. And I'm going to bring this power across to there and plug that in. Recipe is set. Just needs a little bit of storage, which will go over there. Conveyor belt straight into there. Build that. Set this to be nanotubes. There we go. We have 4 expensive items being done. But while we are waiting for the colonist recruitment market, I think I'm going to start planning the new setup for the multi-regolith refineries. This is why it's a bad idea to do the upgrades early, because I don't think you get the money back for the upgrades that you've done if you've implemented them and then you delete. I think you get all the resources back, but I don't think you get the money for the upgrades back. So that's why I prefer to set things up, expand them a bit, know where my layout is working and it's not working, and then do the upgrades. So let's have a look at where we're going to put this. And for that, I will probably need to do a bit of pausing because I don't want things built until I'm sure. So multi-regolith refinery. That is going to go that way. And I will leave enough space. I will want to use that ice eventually. So I think I could probably safely start over here. That's enough space for all the bulk storages and enough space for balancing. I'll try and line it up with something. Yeah, there. I'm not going to build that right away. But what I may do is just put down a marker. So we'll get an electrical pole and we'll say that the top corner is right next to this pole. And that will just mark where the first one's going to go and I'll work backwards from there. Good, so that can be deleted now. I know that's my marker and I can start making plans accordingly. But I do need lots more CPU before I can do that because I'm not going to be able to demolish these. I actually don't need this one for now, so I will demolish this one. That's not needed and we'll let that play out. And that'll free up some CPU, so we've got 10 available. Now, I don't know if I want to do any more small data centers. So I'm going to try and play within the bounds. If I have to put down another row, I will. But once the people get here, I do want to have science. And this room, even with all the storages that I'm going to put in, and I think even with these here, I could accommodate everything. So we could put the sociology lab, kind of difficult to see the direction, but we could have it maybe something like that. Let's just pause so they don't build it. This is just testing. Get the engineering lab. They're all 5x5 by the looks of things. We'll need space for the big oxygen storage, so we could put that one in there, and then the fundamentals, something like that. That leaves space to walk in and through. And who knows, maybe I'll just put another door in over here. And then I can break this one down, move it one across, and then have 2 of these electrolysis plants, because this is going to go once I've got the big oxygen storage. But maybe I don't need 2 big oxygen storage, I can just have 1. It won't matter. Better to have more. We have idle vehicles. The truck is at home. Let's go and see if there's anywhere I can send it. Actually, where's the rover? Rover's out here. Fuel plant. Oh, we can pick up some resources. Set that expedition. We'll select the transport and set it, and because we don't need anything else, we can send it without the expedition center. So I'm not going to make it come back home because there might be stuff that's far away. So I'd like to maximize what I do with it. And the rover can go and have a look at that crash. Oh, let's send it down to the sorting terminal. Why can't I right click? All right, well, we'll select the transport. Oh no, no, I don't want to do that. Where's my right click gone? Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll send it down to the sorting terminal to investigate. Maybe there'll be stuff to pick up around here. And then the rover can pick up a few things and then head back. Those 2 are taken care of. I have 1 more piece of belt to connect, and that will go all the way up to there. And we can build it. How are we doing here? Still nothing in stock. But I think it's going to back up eventually because, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to have to check this out and see what happens when people arrive. Well, yeah, look at that. We've got 10 microprocessors. Now, I can't remember if I actually had those. No, I couldn't have been making them already. So I think those are ones that I probably bought. But I have Duralumin plate and I have modular frames. Excellent. Why has this stopped working? I think I might be having a problem with something on the microcircuits. Oh, you know what? Yeah, they need to fill up here first. And where are they taking these microcircuits? Oh, Sherbet, no, stop. I need to stop that. Darn. Nearly built all of those by mistake. Not ready for them yet. I'm going to have to set this one to receive so that it can get all of those things back. Now you can play again. Well, that was unfortunate. It's okay. This is going to be very slow. I expected that. So, money is a problem now. That means time for some contracts. Let's see what's going on. Minimize that a little. 5,000 blocks. No, not really. 330,000 for 500 of these. Now, I don't know if I want to get rid of those yet. It's a lot of money. And science. No, I don't know if I want to get rid of those because I am limited right now. Until I get the MDR, I'm limited on rare earth elements. So maybe I won't spend those. Oof, it's tempting though. This one, 201 titanium plates. That's a possibility. And we've got 35 days to deliver them. Yeah, why not? I'm doing this for the money. Is that all of them? I don't think so. No, all of them would be 402. That's a big pod. And that covers it. Send. And back to looking for more. Let's see, we're doing quite well with malachite. Wait, I can get... do I want to get rid of concrete? Maybe not. But I could get rid of a bit of fuel. 122,000 for 253 fuel. 26 days to load it. That's not a problem. Okay, I'll accept. Let's send that total amount. That is quite a lot. So it'll be, I think, 2 small ones and a big one. So we'll fill that one, send, and then change it to do 2 small ones. Fill, send, and yes, it's enough. Send. All right, now we're going to have to get that done. So we'll wait for all of those to be finished. That'll boost our cash a bit. Batteries are full. I could build more batteries. Don't have CPU. Okay, I need to get you guys out of here. Please go and take that stuff back to where it belongs. Yeah, that's another thing. I can set these to receive manually so that I can keep areas clean. And I will set this one to receive. I think I have. Yeah, I have. But not right now because they are all very busy. Oh, the fuel is very far away. I'm going to need to add that into the upstairs. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but we'll do it. I think I heard one take off. Right, contracts, how are we doing? Did we have one finish? Don't know. That one we are filling. That one is happening. I thought we had 3 going. Did I already finish one? Ah, I couldn't have. Okay, well, we got some money from that one, 122,000. Now this one is the focus. What happened to that other contract? Must have finished. It was obviously very small. Okay, let's go and look for some more. Alright, aluminium, some plates, and some blue science. Yeah, why not? Accept that, and we'll send the resources. And we can do all of them in a small one, so send. I'm going to start running out of titanium plates. I'm getting a lot of them coming up. This would have been nice for the research, but nope. There's some blue science and I have plenty of aluminium. Oh, there's 1,000 science. Well, I don't know if that's good, but I could do both of them. This one's urgent. Gives 81,000. This gives 69. That's 900 science. No, the other one's better. 1,000 science. And we've got 15 days to load. Yeah, what the heck? Let's do that one. Send. It's fine in a small orbiter, so good. We'll send that one. Okay, that's enough for now. And we completed another contract. 103,000. Oh, good. Our money's looking better again. Right, how are we doing here? If we get 1,000 blue science, that'll feed into that one nicely. Good. Rover is idle. Let's go and have a look. What did you find? Oh, that requires resources. Ah, pity. Alright, Rover, head over here and investigate that. How's our truck doing? It is getting there. Alright, well, these are going. I need to get rid of more titanium now. So I think I'll look for contracts with titanium. Well, that's some blue science and 50,000 for that one. And I get 75,000 if I finish it in 15 days. Obviously, that's being accepted. And it's in one small orbiter. Great. Send. What I really should do is start focusing a little bit on upgrading the robots, the drones. Another contract complete. Awesome. Look at that. 1,200. Wait, is that 1,000 for 30 days? Oh, that's even bigger than I thought. That's massive. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have problems with blue science soon. Well, no, I'm not. It's going to finish a few things. Cool. It looks like we finished another one, so I can start looking for some more titanium. They need 700 steel. I don't know if I want to get rid of my steel. Maybe I do. I'm making lots of it and I'm not really using a lot. 75,000. That's quite a lot. And there's science. I get 97,000 if I finish early. 10 days to deliver. It's possible. Yeah, why not? Send the resources. Total tonnage, 8 tons. Okay, so if I send 3 small ones, it's going to be 4,800. If I send 2 big ones, it's going to be 6,000. I'm sending 3 small ones. And the last one is sent. Look at all that money. And science. Oh my gosh, even more blue science. And another one done, another, and more blue science. That's insane. And I think all of these are for that one contract. You guys better motor through this. Alright, now I'm being told there's no connection. Why is there no connection? Did I break a line? Maybe I disconnected it somehow. Yeah, I must have. I wasn't playing in this area, so I don't know where that line went. It was producing before because, you know, it's got some in storage. That's why it had stopped. Well, that's fixed. Gotta watch these warnings at the top. Module is being repaired. Okay, that's fine. So these are considered modules. So I don't know if I'm currently getting everything back when I break them down unless I do that research. We've got silica. Oh, this is not going in. This is backed up. My word, the carbon fiber is backed up. Yeah, I should actually have a carbon fiber box somewhere. Maybe I'll do that. This is close enough to the elevator. That's good. Let's do this. We'll dismantle that. Put a little box in over there. Oh, I can't. One further up. Right there. And reconnect all the belts. Build all of those. Set this to be carbon fiber. Because we are going to have some in stock. And then I'll just set a minimum once it's built. Contract due in 20 days. We've got 5 days left to deliver. I think I heard something take off. Yeah, I heard, yeah, I think we finished that contract. Nice. And we got some green and orange signs for a change. How are we doing here? Cargo dock's almost ready. Oh yes, things are falling into place. Let us see what we're going to do next. We are almost there on orange, but blue is going to be crazy important. Let's see what we can do down the blue line. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. So as soon as one of them finishes, I'm going to put that drone upgrade in. They will move faster, thereby delivering things. All right, what have we got here? Cargo dock is done. Put that in. High-tech factories moving down the line again. Get that done quickly. Urgent contract available. I don't have the carbon fiber, sorry. We're finished. Oh, Colonist recruitment market. Cool.
Director, the Colonist hiring market has become available to us. Now we can invite scientists to conduct research. As good as external laboratories may be, research conducted directly on the base yields the best results.
Good.
I could use some handy guys too. Engineers can improve production efficiency, and some modules just can't function without an operator.
Colleagues, I'm sure that the director is able to set his own priorities. The main thing is to not forget that hired employees are actual human beings, and that they will need a comfortable place to be accommodated.
Gotcha. Okay. Everybody calm down. Let us head into colonist hiring. I want 4 people. I want, not really worried about a medic. Someone will have some medical skills. I do want an engineer. This dude's an introvert. Dislikes crowds and prefers silence and solitude. Well, the moon is a great place for you. He's got engineering skills. I think I'm going to take him. I would like a botanist. Do we not have a botanist? Nope, no botanists. But this guy has botany skills, and he's a chef. I do want the scientist. Okay, let's have a look at their traits. Extrovert, okay. Energetic, great. 0 waste cooking. Well, it's never a bad idea to have a chef, but I don't really have a lot for him to do. He's got a bit of engineering skill, bit of science skill. Right, you're number 2. This guy, chronic insomniac. Sleep issues, can make anyone sluggish and irritable, lack of proper rest, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, is chronic insomnia a really bad thing? I mean, is he going to be that bad? I don't know. This guy, pessimist, don't want negative people. Optimist, diplomat, adaptive. She's great. There's our scientist. Wait, how many have we got? Let's move this out the way. We got 3. I want 1 more. I don't really want the negative medic, but I do need another engineer. Alright. Well, you're at 110,000 higher. That's expensive. That's another one of the benefits of playing the storyline is you get people for free. That's okay. We got money again. Alright, so they are on an orbiter and they are heading our way. I have everything set up for them. They have a place to sleep. They have food. Yes, they have food. They don't have medicine. So maybe I should buy some medicine. So we'll head over to the shop. Can we buy medicine? Oh, that's a good question. We can. How expensive is it? Man, it's expensive. We're going to have to start making that as soon as possible. But for now, I'll get 10, so we've got some in stock. They've got a place to sit and eat. They have beds. I think that is them sorted. I'll have to keep checking to see if I can find a botanist. Hey, we're going to have our first people arrive. Power is not an issue. We're 51 days left and we are almost at dawn. No, we're at dawn. Cargo pod is ready. Let's drop our people right in front of the elevator and watch them arrive. Oh, and they arrived on the other side. Alright, urgent message. The Crust is still in active development and not all planned features have been added to the game. We are continuing to work on Colonist mechanics. So you may encounter bugs, temporary imbalances, and the absence of some functions in the modules related to Colonists. If you encounter any problems, please do not hesitate to report them. Okay, good. Understood. So, the Colonists, there they are. Welcome everybody. The Colonists are here. And they're going to head into the building. What are they going to do first? They all just vanished. Well, they obviously weren't hungry or tired. Have they all gone to work in machines or something? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's one. 246% increase in efficiency. Nice. Alright, we have another cargo pod so we can sort out the medicine for them. Land that over there. Come on there. And at least there'll be some medicine in stock. I think we can start preparing. The beds aren't too expensive, so I'll put them in. Yeah, it looks like we'll easily be able to accommodate 20 people. Okay, we've had no nanotubes yet. And that is because we don't have any... Oh, my word, did I forget to connect this belt? That happens. This needs to go there. Build. Alright, we'll get some nanotubes. We're producing the others. We haven't increased on microprocessors yet. Why not? What are we missing here? We are missing the microcircuits, and that is because I have this box blocked. Until we have 60 in stock, we have 53. Once that has been exceeded, then they'll start flowing out again. Alright, I really need to sell some fuel. I've got a few things to sell, but fuel is super important. So let's filter by, take that filter off, filter by fuel. They need 100 and I get some green science, accept, send the resources. It's a little one, but it needs that cargo pod and send. Any more? Yeah, we'll get the reputation up with this person so that we can access the other ones. They need 176 for 70,000. Yeah, 198. Is there a time limit? 75 days? That's a lot of money. 313k. Oh, it's on the moon. Got to be careful with those. We can do a couple of these. 83 plus 60 blue science. I'm not struggling for blue science. I do need cash though. That's quite a lot of fuel. And I haven't got the fuel close by either. Got 9 days to load them. Should be able to. Although I am delivering other ones. Ah, heck. We'll do it. 270,000. That is very heavy. I'm going to send So that one's full. Send, 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 send. And then I can change to the small pod and send. Now with all of those delivery costs, don't know if that was such a great idea, but that's a lot of pods. Now we just hold thumbs. So I think, yeah, that's the 441. I think I'm going to prioritize this, have them delivered. There's a time limit on that one. We finished some research. We're not wasting. Large CPU data center. Awesome. Oh, this might work out. Okay, so that one is off. Is that the full load? I hope it is. Okay, we finished that contract. Good. Oh, that took off very, very quickly. So we should have finished. What contracts have I got going? Just that one now. Oh, I must have finished one without noticing. And it looks like, are these the last two? And how much time do I have? 5 days. No problem. Oh, that one's already done. Oh, we're going to get a big jump in our money again. Good. So let's head downstairs and have a look at these CPU data centers. Now, they do require things that I'm not producing. And yes, they do take up 4 slots. We need control units. Everything else I'm currently producing, and I have some control units. I could build a couple of these. That'll give me a fat boost in CPU. A lot of power though. Hey, there we go. More money in. Yeah, why not? Let's start building. So we'll do that. Wait, what am I going to be missing here? Oh, the carbon fiber. Oh well, that happens. Are we backing up on carbon fiber? We are not. Yep, because I didn't set this. I want to keep, let's keep 30 and 274 fuel. Get some science. Got 6 days to load it. Let's do that one. Send the resources. Total weight 10 tons, 10.9. Cheapest way may just be 4 small ones. Let's do that. Done. Alright, well, they'll do their thing. I think maybe I'll buy some carbon fiber, and it's not expensive at all. I could get a whole bunch. Let's get 50. See if there's anything else that I need. Medicine prices are insane. Carbon fiber is actually very cheap right now. Maybe I should just get like a whole container full. That's 100. Yeah, it's not too bad price-wise. Let's do that. We can give things a bit of a kickstart. Right, there's that contract we completed. How are our people? Colonist assignments. Yeah, right now I'm happy that they all do everything, as long as they're able to. Right, that contract is due 5 days. I'm pretty sure we're on top of that. Cool, we've got 2 pods left to load. Maybe 3. Our cargo pod is ready, so I can put that down. Let's just put it over there. How many days left? 4 days. Just these last 2 pods. Research complete. Pause. We finished the Multi-Regolith Refinery upgrade. Okay, good. So what's next? We need something in blue science. Flight control. Yeah, flight control. Why am I not doing that? Alright, well, we're doing it now. And we are going to need something in orange. Yeah, conveyor belt Mark 4 looks like it's the one. And we continue. We have 1 pod left to fill. 49 items. Should be a cinch. And we have 3 days left. Ah, that's fine. We got it. With the bonus to take us up to 46,000. 246,000. And with a couple of days left to spare, that one is off. That should take us pretty well to about 900,000. 932,000. All of the money that we spent, we got back. And we still have lots of resources. We have all of these machines set up now, and they're producing, but very, very slowly. We actually have 8 nanotubes. That's great. This is going to start backing up. We have 3 in stock. Good. I'm actually going to set this to receive so they can empty that cargo container upstairs and bring it down here. Let's close that contract. Oh, we got some more blue science. My gosh, that is a lot of blue science. We still have the 1,000 for another day. So that's good. We've got all the basics in place. So in the next episode, we're going to start setting this up, start making plans to do the repair on the MDR, to get our receiving terminal all set up with all the storages for the slag and the oxides. And this will be a whole new setup where these inputs will be better balanced. But if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments, let me know your thoughts. And thank you for all the interactions that I've had in this series so far. It's been great. After this, we're going to really start ramping things up. We have all the basics. Like I said, we have all the basics in place. It's a matter of increasing supply and then increasing the output of everything. And of course, working on our storage system upstairs. And if I do that, I would need I think 18 storage boxes upstairs, so 2 rows of 9. That won't take us too far, but everything goes in one place, comes out the other, all completely expandable. We can get these elevators in, because I will have a lot more CPU. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!